Hey, what's going on? Good morning. Started my video early today. I am at home, and the reason I'm at home right now is because I did drop off for camp. Had to drop my other daughter off at the babysitter, and just had me thinking about how incredibly lucky and privileged I am, first of all, to have that flexibility, and as a dad, to live in a world where the role and the positioning of dads within our business community that I live in particular. Again, I know not everyone is that lucky enough to have that flexibility, but the fact that I can do that I can come in a little bit late, that Ben, the CEO of Nudge, will leave a little bit early so he can get home for bedtime. That when I go on business meetings, I find myself more and more during the introductory phase, not talking about things like sports or golf. Those things come up. I mean, not so much for me, but they do come up. But really, more and more about parenting and about the joys of parenting and the challenges. And um, you know, I was watching Rich Antonello, the CEO of Complex, being interviewed by the CEO of Watch Mojo yesterday on YouTube, and a big part of what he was talking about was raising children and raising his daughters. You see Alexis Ohanian taking time off from his business to really focus on raising his baby. Uh, I see Mick, DJ Mick to some, friend of mine, very outwardly talking about fatherhood and highlighting the impact of fatherhood on him and his life and his business. So I just appreciate that that's possible and that's acceptable in today's era. The second thing I want to talk about this morning also ties to that. I would call it dadvertising, and obviously that's a bit corny. It's a little bit of a dad joke, so that's what you'd expect. But even within media and within advertising, I have a deep appreciation for the more nuanced reflection of what it is to be a dad and who dads are. I think as a kid there were a lot of representations of fatherhood that I saw on television and media, the Homer Simpsons, the Al Bundys, that were so out of whack with what I experienced at home with my father. And fast forwarding today are certainly so far from the type of dad that I am and the type of dad that most of my peer group is. And the portrayal in advertising and in commercials, whether it's incredible ads that I saw at the ANA conference a few months back ago from Windex and from P&G, to the old Dear Sophie ads on Google, to some content I just saw on Fatherly, sponsored by Capital One, that was camping and s'mores tricks for July 4th weekend. Anyway, I just see a much more nuanced portrayal of dads in advertising. You see more dad-focused and nuanced dad-focused publishers, folks like Fatherly and The Dad, and I'm sure there's others that aren't even on my radar. But as a consumer, I appreciate being spoken to as the nuanced, involved, sentimental, passionate father that I am. And as someone in the marketing world, I think it presents an incredible opportunity for brands to continue digging into the reality of fatherhood today and what it is for a man raising children and how you can speak to them and get them to buy your products, obviously, but how you could speak to them in a much more thoughtful, evolved way that many of us live today. So that's it. I'm gonna end right there. 2 thoughts for the morning. Maybe I'll do 3 things later. Anyway, have a great day.